This week on Wardens, Michigan conservation officers in District 3 monitor elk hunters during both the early and late seasons.
You're acting like I'm a stupid lying little kid, and I'm not.
Listen.
I know I'm in trouble. I'm pissed off because I got caught feeding frickin'
Just
deer.
listen for a second.
And an organization dedicated to passing along the heritage to young people and veterans assists a blind hunter in obtaining a highly coveted Michigan bear tag.
It's just heartwarming how many generous people there are out there.
Wild animals and wild places, they're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. It's extremely tough to get an elk tag in Michigan. Most years, around 10,000 people apply for roughly 250 tags. As a result, elk hunters are closely monitored by both the state's DNR as well as the general public. It's a hunt that is unique to this part of Michigan.
It's a pretty tight area. You know, Montmorency County is pretty much the hub for all the elk, and there's a lot over in Otsego County and Sheboygan, some up in Presqu'île. But it is a pretty specific part of the state that they're in, and people come from all over to view them. You know, you'll be in the middle of nowhere, and there's very fancy cars driving around. They come up from downstate and out of state just trying to look at the elk, and it is a pretty cool thing that we get to deal with up here.
Most years, the state conducts an early season elk hunt in the fall and a late season hunt that starts in December. The final hunting days of the early season are usually in early October. In the state's District 3, Conservation Officer Dan Listenfelds is checking a successful elk hunter.
Morning. Congratulations. Very cool. Nice. How many were there altogether?
3. 2 bowls.
2 bowls and
Two bowls in the
just 1 shot?
2.
2 shots? Okay.
2 shots.
Did you hit it twice?
Yes. As we were sneaking back here, we could hear them mewing and stuff, and we noticed that they were mewing heading towards these hills, which is away from the field. So we hurried up to an opening and peeked around the corner. We could see a big bull and heard some mewing in these woods, and my lovely friend Jeff made some calls, and they came back out, and I saw the cow, so made the shot.
Later in the day, CO Listenfelds encounters another successful hunter.
He started coming, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let him walk right up into my lap. And at about 6 yards, kind of got his head behind the tree, and as soon as he did, I pulled up and walked around the tree, popped his head around his head. So I hammered him, he spun around, took off, and I'm like, I know I just blitzed him, but I racked another one in and put one in his hind end, and he just flopped. Great experience. Not the biggest bull that we've seen, but an absolute trophy for the hunt. Just an absolute awesome time.
Since the last part of the early elk season takes place during the first few days of October, it is happening at the same time as the archery deer season. Michigan conservation officers are usually very busy during deer season, and having elk hunters to monitor at the same time just increases the number of calls to which COs will likely need to respond. The night before checking these successful elk hunters, Officer Listenfelds headed to an adjacent county to respond to a report where a caller said they heard a gunshot from the woods behind their house. CO Listenfelds is joined by Officer John Shepard.
There's a blind right there. It's like right down there. I don't want to watch the shooting lane. All right, let's go back in from back here. There's a blind right there, and we're looking right at it. I don't want to walk down it. Hello, conservation officer. Oh, nobody's in the blind. Okay.
After checking the area and finding corn, The officers head to the residence of the landowner.
Shh, it's okay. Shh, it's okay. Hello, police. Police, how's it going? How are you?
Good, Sadie Mae.
Is you okay?
Sadie Mae, come. Say, come on, come. Come. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Stop, sit.
We've been on your property already because we got a good complaint, okay? Why are we here?
I don't know.
No idea.
I was feeding.
Okay, what else?
That was it.
Where were you at tonight?
I was in here.
You've been in here the whole night?
Yeah, we ate dinner and
Yeah, we just.
Okay, you haven't been hunting tonight at all?
no.
Obviously, we have some winter weather that blew in early this morning.
Michigan's late season elk hunt typically has much different weather conditions than what hunters and conservation officers experience during the early season.
We're gonna go out and see if we can find some elk hunters. The morning started off a little slow. We've had a couple elk come in. The snow is good. It provides some tracking ability for the animals, for the hunters tracking the animals, I should say, and also hunters recovering injured or shot game. It's easier to find them, obviously, when there's available snow on the ground.
It's the opening weekend of the late elk season in the state's District 3. And officers Sidney Collins and Paul Fox are checking on a hunter who has shot a cow elk.
About what time did you take her at?
9:57.
9:57.
When we found the tracks from the herd, yeah, they were all covered.
You are unit
No, we ran into some guys that
Public
stopped us on the road.
So nice cow, one shot, and then we just go in, we seal the animal, take down the hunter's information, relay that to the check station in Gaylord, and move on to the next one.
After patrolling separately, Officer Fox meets up with CO Collins again while she's checking on an elk hunter who shot a bull.
So we do have a little bit of an issue here.
What do you got?
So we in all the packet and the information.
Yeah, I got the E-tag.
Okay, yep, you were supposed to hunt in Unit H. We're actually in Unit I right
No
now,
way.
and we're about a good 3/4.
It said I could hunt in all units.
So
I too.
I can explain it to you on the map. So
Okay.
there's Unit H and there's Unit I, and then there's Unit X. Okay, you could Unit H, you can hunt in Unit H, and you can hunt in Unit X. So you got H, I.
I mean, I believe
and
you.
X.
I just.
I'm just trying to explain it to you, okay? And why we do that is so we don't get hunters all in one spot, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. So we are about a good 3/4 of a mile to a mile out of your actual hunt unit. Okay. I know I hate to put the damper on it. It's such an awesome experience, but it's laws that I can't change. Okay.
So what happens now?
So what's going to happen is we are going to let you keep the bull,
Yeah.
which we don't always do in these circumstances.
Don't get me wrong. I understood that I could hunt I, X, and H.
Okay.
The way the paperwork and the map showed me.
Okay.
Said I could hunt all units, and that's what I was going by.
Sure.
I didn't realize it was a problem with that.
Sure. Unfortunately it's not, and like I said, it's a safety issue. You know, we don't want hunters all in one spot, okay?
I follow you.
So we will let you keep the elk. However, elk is one of our protected species. I do have to submit a complaint and warrant, but the good news is this can,
Go
you
with
can
us.
still keep the meat and everything to that effect, okay?
Yep.
Again, I hate to put the damper on it, but that's why we have these certain areas that you got to stay in, okay? And if I can explain that any better to you,
No,
I'd like to.
I understand. No. I was just understood the paperwork wrong.
Okay.
I really did.
All right.
So,
Well, like I said, you'll still keep the elk.
Yeah.
So that's, like I said, it's a minor hiccup.
So what do I do after this?
So I'll get some information. I can explain it all to you. Right now, we'll just have our wildlife tech. She'll take a look at it. She'll do some of her stuff, and then I can explain everything to you. Okay?
Yep.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Passing Along the Heritage, or PATH, is an organization that strives to do just what its name indicates. Share their passion and appreciation for the outdoors with young people and veterans, as well as those who live with a disability.
Actual Make-A-Wish Foundation doesn't do hunting and fishing trips anymore.
And so we started doing that, and it's probably our primary focus now. We do ourselves, we do 50 hunts a year or something like that. We provide everything for them, taxidermy and butchering and a mount.
Caleb Geiger is a 15-year-old hunter that is blind. He and his dad, Tom Geiger, attended a PATH banquet where they got to meet many of the people involved with the organization and to interact with some of the people that are orchestrating the process of getting Caleb a bear tag.
Every year, Michigan hunters apply in a lottery system for a bear or elk license. The Department of Natural Resources has a program set up where successful applicants can choose to donate their license to either youth, 16 years of age or younger, or an individual with an advanced illness.
We're connecting those that have points that wish to donate them with kids that otherwise wouldn't be able to manage a bear hunt. And we have adaptive equipment. We can take any person with any handicap whatsoever. We've taken blind people, quadriplegics, paraplegics. We can handle anybody with a desire to hunt.
So the hunting license transfer program came about from an idea from a hunter in 2001 who had drawn a bear tag but wasn't going to be able to utilize it. The hunter had contacted the department and asked if there was a way that they could transfer that license to another individual. The department thought it was a wonderful idea, so in 2002 they formalized the program and set up a system to allow licenses, either bear or elk, be transferred to individuals 16 years of age or less who have applied for licenses, or an individual with an advanced illness.
PATH started as a handful of friends getting together, selling some of their outdoor gear, and raising around $3,000 over 20 years ago. Now, PATH typically raises more than $100,000 each year, with only 1% of their money going towards administrative costs. Lieutenant Joe Molnar has been involved with the PATH Foundation for many years and really enjoys helping others through his work with PATH.
One of the greatest organizations that I've been able to be part of. It truly has the greatest intent of getting individuals who have never hunted before or have limitations that prohibit them from normally getting out. PATH has numerous hunting trailers that have apparatuses that allow individuals who may be quadriplegic or unable to hold a firing system, whether it be a crossbow or a rifle, and give them the opportunity to get hunting.
Caleb Geiger hunts with the help from his dad, who uses an app on his phone to see through the scope of his son's gun. Once bear season rolled around, Caleb was successful in bagging a bear using the tag that had been donated to him through the hunting license transfer program.
It's just heartwarming how many generous people there are out there, and especially now. You know, it's been incredible, the outpouring of assistance that we've gotten since COVID started.
My dad was a conservation officer. I've been around it my whole entire life. It's what I've always wanted to do. I'm very fortunate to have this job. It is the greatest job on earth. I'm not going to lie about that. I haven't even felt like I've worked a day yet.
Michigan conservation officers Dan Listenfelds and John Shepard rushed towards a hunting area in response to a report that someone heard a gunshot coming from the woods during bow season. After arriving at the property, the officers found corn there and then went to confront the landowner.
At the end of the day, it's a deer. It's not a person that got murdered or anything like that. Okay, that's what we're talking about, is a deer. Okay, if you shot one or if you shot at one and missed, anything along those lines, it's 110% better to tell us.
Going on like you got me doing something. I didn't do anything.
Just
I'm not a little kid either, man.
Let me
Listen,
just
if you're gonna give
let me
give me
finish.
my ticket for feeding
We'll
the
get
damn
there.
deer.
We'll get there in a second. I'm trying to be nice and talk to you here, okay?
Well, you're trying to act like I'm gonna admit to something that I didn't frickin' do, man.
Everybody lies
You know
to
how
us,
many-
and then we gotta get it out of
I'm
people.
58
okay?
years old, man.
I have 90-year-old people lie to me all the time. Okay? So I'm sitting here trying to be nice to you, okay? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and trying to get you to tell me the truth.
I didn't shoot a deer.
Okay, is that your final story?
I did not shoot a deer.
Okay, did he shoot at a deer and
He
miss?
hasn't left. He came and said, let's go get some pallets. And I said, I'm finishing dinner. We're going to be done. It's going to be done. I just carried the dishes in and did them and just pulled my apple pie out.
Okay.
And Yeah, his dad is in there. He takes his medicine at 5 o'clock. We ate at 5:30.
Okay.
Late. Yeah. He said, let's go. I said, just took the tire out of the car, the truck. We were
Okay.
going to get pallets.
I know it. You have not been able to bait in this part of the state for I think about 30 years or so. It's been a very long time. So the new recent baiting ban for the Lower Peninsula is nothing new for, you know, here in Alpena County and things like that. So everybody knows that they can't do it, especially over there, and they just take their chances, and he was one that was caught.
You're acting like I'm a stupid, lying little kid, and I'm not.
Listen.
I know I'm in trouble. I'm pissed off because I got caught feeding frickin'
Just
deer.
listen for a second. I'll talk to you in just a second about your duck.
Don't worry about the duck.
Okay.
Flew south.
If it was even legal, if you could bait down here, that would still be way over the limit, so it would still be a problem.
In this case, for illegally baiting, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $425.
I know you guys are upset, and you know everything's good. Okay. You are getting a citation for the feeding. Okay, I'll explain that in just a second. Okay. You have not. You haven't been able to do that over here in 30 years.
I'm sorry
okay?
about that squash.
Okay. No, it's the corn more than anything.
Oh, okay, the squash.
It's both.
Too much for me.
It's both, but.
They seen me haul it back there.
Yeah,
That's why
that's
they
why
called you. They didn't hear no gunshot.
I'm sorry.
Well, we actually had. I'm not lying to you when I say we had multiple people call.
Yeah.
So.
Why would that be when this guy over here shoots a machine gun?
There was.
Shoots a shotgun.
It was a. Everyone's just.
Shoot all around here.
Everyone's just saying it was clear as day. One rifle crack from back here. That's what multiple people heard.
Michigan conservation officers Tim Roshaki and Nathan Beelman are performing a necropsy on an elk that was found dead and reported to the DNR.
I want to know what it hit to kill it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's good. Nate, here, picture.
Eventually, the officers find a bullet in the animal.
So the nice thing is that's a unique bullet. We can start finding our hunters that might have that.
Earlier today, we got a call of somebody found a deceased elk out in the woods here in the Pigeon River country. We were contacted through a tribal biologist, those tribal hunters that found it, and the biologist was able to lead us out to the site. So when we got out here, we noticed obvious trauma. There was a bullet hole in the animal. The animal was shot back in the guts area. There was stomach content readily visible in the gunshot hole. Typically animals like that don't bleed a whole lot, so one of my partners walked the animal's trail back trying to find out if we could figure out where the animal was potentially shot at, while myself and Officer Beelman conducted a necropsy on the animal.
In this case, the officers explored a few leads, but were not able to come to a positive conclusion. They suspect that whoever shot the bull likely had a valid tag and simply didn't find the animal that they shot. The officers also believe that the heavy snow and shot placement may have made tracking difficult. This case is considered closed. Michigan conservation officers Sidney Collins and Paul Fox have encountered a hunter who shot a bull elk in the wrong unit. The hunter has been very cooperative and is very appreciative of the experience he's had while going on his once-in-a-lifetime hunt.
Everything is great here. Everybody's on their toes and doing their thing, and DNR's been great too. And we hope to get this all quartered up and butchered and ready for the next round. This is going to be great. We love it. Michigan, gotta love Michigan.
And then before I forget, is that your gun here? Okay, I just need the serial number, things, all that. I mean, technically you could take it, but I'm not going to do all that.
I appreciate that. I've had this since I've been 18.
Oh. Make sure you wipe her down good.
I know, I gotta do all that.
What a beautiful day, though. I mean, besides the little damper you got going on, I mean, you got a beautiful bull, beautiful day.
Yeah.
Down street and get like,
hey, there you go! They kicked me. Thank you.
You're awesome.
You're welcome.
Cool.
So for this gentleman shot this elk out of his unit. So what we'll do is we will let him keep the elk, but we'll go complaint and warrant for take elk out of his unit. So bit of a damper on the day, but at least he gets to keep his elk, so.
In this case, for shooting a bull in the wrong unit, this man pled guilty and paid a court-ordered fine of $392.
We are on state land, but we do have units for our hunters, half them in Unit I, half them in Unit H, and because he didn't take it in his correct unit, technically it's not legally taken elk, so we have to go complain more through the prosecutor and see what they want to do about it. But the reason that we have those different units is for safety issues. We don't want the 160 hunters all in the same unit, so it'd be a lot of people in one area, so we split them up so we can kind of conquer more elk in different areas.